Welcome to Cavan Online Radio with me, Patsy. This is Patsy's Pick and Mix. I was in the Cavan Institute where they had an open day and I went along with my Zoom and this is what I recorded. We're in the Cavan Institute.
Yeah.
Is this an institution?
Yeah, it's Cavan Institution. Cavan Institute.
Yeah. What is this all about now? Tell me about it.
It's for the Mental Health Awareness Week. We decided to be a little positive and we got a big sheet of paper and we got everyone to put their handprints down, put something positive on it, and it was just for a little laugh so we can put up for the school to look at. Yeah. It's very colourful, so it's great.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
You could tell me what's written on this, could you? Tell me all the writing. Yeah, come on, positive. Come on. Tell me the positive. Read out the ones.
Which ones will I read out?
Any of them at all.
Where's your one? Make food, not
Sorry?
war. Make food, not war. Live, laugh, love. Everything gets better. It will be okay. If it's not okay, it's... Stay strong. There is always someone there. Hakuna Matata. And sometimes to go forward, you have to take a step backwards in order to go forward.
Right.
Stuff like that kind of thing. Like live, laugh, love. Yeah.
Is there any more? What about the far side? You're very quiet. Yeah, come on.
Read.
Come on,
Read a few.
Come over here.
Don't think, just do.
Say that again.
Don't think, just do.
Right.
If you don't fight, you'll die. Be happy. Life is a journey. Live it to the fullest. Don't worry, be happy. They're all kind of repeating themselves.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Live every day when it's your last.
Every day is your last.
Live every day as
I
your last.
thought you said
No, we're not
every
that
day,
bad.
yeah, I'm starting to worry about you already. So, can I have your name so that I can have a bit of a laugh?
I'm Aoife.
You're?
Aoife.
Aoife.
Shauna.
Sinead.
I've nothing to do with it.
Why not? You can give me
Go
your
on,
name.
what's
Go
your
on.
name?
I'm Chloe.
Did you put your handprint down?
I did, yeah.
And what did you write?
And be happy.
It's inspiring.
Right, thanks a lot.
Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she's waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.
Well, that was a group called Fun and a song called We Are Young. Then I went up the reception room where Daniel was giving a speech. That's Daniel Downey. So this is what I recorded up there.
Okay, folks, so we might make a start. Do you guys want to come up a wee bit? Because there's a little bit of reading. I'll be saying it all, but there is a little bit of reading. Come on up. You make the room feel a little less empty. Come on up. So just like to thank everybody for coming along. As long as you can see the screen here, everything's fine. So just to let you know, my name is Daniel Downey. Deirdre Donnelly asked me to come along to this because she knows a little bit of the work I do and a bit about my background. I'm going to talk a little bit about the work that I do and my experiences in the last few years, but that's not really why I'm here. Why I'm here is to talk about a personal experience of suicide many years ago when I was 18. So what I'm going to go through is just to talk about my life in the last 16, 17 years since that time, and what I've done, what I couldn't have done if I had succeeded in killing myself. And that's probably why the message I'm trying to get across at the moment. That's why it's called Failing and Failing. That I failed at my attempt to commit suicide, and it's the best thing that I ever failed at. It was brilliant. At the time, I was ashamed, I felt bad, but since then I've looked back and seen all the things that I've done that I could not have done if I had have committed suicide. But it's important to know that, and important to know that even if there's a slight chance that you'll come back, that you'll feel good, that life will get better, it's worth not doing it. That's the important thing. So just to let you know, my name is Daniel Downey. I was born and raised in Cavan, and I'm a community development worker in the county. So I work with hundreds of community groups in the county, helping them set up things like men's sheds or volunteer information services, wheezing up the stairs. How are you?
I can't be splitting food, but I'm here.
So basically that's why, that's what I do in the county, is I go around to different community groups and I help them to try and support them for getting money for their projects or getting their projects up and running, little things like this. So again, the men's sheds is one example of what we set up, or the volunteer information service, who we have downstairs. They have stands there and information. But again, just to let you know, before that, from 2009 2011, I worked for the United Nations on the border of Thailand and Burma. And my job was to relocate refugees from Burma, which was war-torn at the time, into Thailand, which was a lot more settled and friendly and easier. So what we would do is literally go across the border, get villagers and bring them illegally into Thailand, and they would be safe there and get them set up and registered and build communities there for them from the materials that we get fundraised internationally. So that was the work that we did there. From 2008 to 2009, worked in Australia with clients with acquired brain injuries, and also with an Aboriginal outreach program. So that was for 1 year. I did that usual thing that most Irish people do. I did 1 year in Australia, had a great time, fantastic time, but also did jobs like that kind of stuff. From 2006 2008, I lived in Nepal and worked in an orphanage just when the Civil War had finished, with children who had witnessed things that no one should, scarred and wounded by their experiences. And some of the children we worked with, for example, this is Sagar, this little boy here. He would have had his hand held over a fire and burnt off by his father to make him a professional beggar, because they would make money easier if they were wounded or scarred. So Sagar had that done to himself by his father and sent out into the streets to beg. And of course, all Westerners who are there are going to see this and go, oh my God, that's terrible, it's atrocious, here's some money. Not knowing that he was maimed for that exact purpose. Sagar managed to run away from his family and found us. We settled him in an orphanage. And this was years ago. Sagar is now on a scholarship in Australia doing 3rd level, and he's studying to be a male nurse. So at the moment, that's a fantastic story.
How old is he now? How old is he now?
Sagar was 12 there, and that was in 2006. 22 now at the moment. So it's a lovely story, it's a lovely kind of thing. It's just seeing some of the progression. Samita, for example, she has, again, her hand hacked off. So these are some of the people that we'll be working with on a regular basis overseas. People who are deliberately maimed to make them professional beggars. So we would take them into the orphanage, give them an education, give them a sense of real life, and try and help them to feel as normal as possible after what their parents or guardians did to them to make them professional beggars, to make more money.
But don't parents or guardians be locked up for that?
Yeah, but in a society where there's a civil war, there's no police. If the police are dealing with riots on the streets, they can't deal with parents maiming their children. There's no civil structure there. There's no way to kind of go into families and help them. There's no such thing as social services. There's no such thing as a social society or civic duty. It's in a civil war situation, you can't really deal with it. So those things just happen, you know. So it's harrowing, absolutely.
Is it something then that's kind of handed down generations, like my dad did it to me, now I'm going to do it to you? And is it like that over there?
It can happen like that, yeah. But in this particular scenario, the civil war had been going on for about 6-7 years. There was no money, but there were still a lot of Westerners coming to Nepal for climbing Everest. So you would maim a child, send them into the streets, and that was a good way to make money. And the example here of Sagar, who had his hand held over the fire, he would have been the prime income winner for the entire family at the age of 8. He would have been bringing in the most amount of money for the family. So he felt proud to do it. He felt like it was a necessary thing to do. Every time we talked about it, he would say that he was happy that he was helping his family, even though he's maimed to do that. So that was some of the work that we would have done while we were there. In the last 17 years, I've been to 38 countries. I've lived in 4 countries, experienced so much that I may not have been able to experience. Previous to this, I worked in local nursing homes here in Cavan. Some of you will know Esker Lodge, for example, and College View Nursing Home. Studied philosophy and psychoanalysis in Dublin. But the thing is, all of these experiences, all of these things that have happened, I've struggled badly within myself over the years with depression and an attempted suicide many years ago. And constant feelings of meaninglessness. That's one of the things that sometimes comes with it. I'm used to now getting up in front of people and talking about these things and saying I've had a very full life and everything. But had I made the decision to commit suicide, had I been successful at that, I wouldn't be standing here, and none of those people would have been helped, none of those people would have been touched at all. So I found in myself something meaningful to do. From 1995 to 1999, and that's basically from the age of 14 to 18, I struggled badly with feelings I wasn't worth anything to anyone. There was alcoholism problems in my family. It led to me feeling very undermined. I became the parent for my older disabled sister and my younger sister as well. My father turned to work to get away from it. My mother has suffered from alcoholism. Thankfully, they're both very good and have subsequently got married to each other, so they're in good health. My mother hasn't touched a drink in 10 years. So these things kind of made me feel meaningless, made me feel worth nothing, made me feel like my life wasn't my own. So I alienated friends, I turned them away, I became very rude to them, I became basically a nasty little shit. And that's basically what sometimes you become when you're hurt, because the hurt that you take in, you turn out on other people. Sometimes you can't process the hurt that you're receiving from the